When you say the name Gucci Mane, what's the first thing that comes into mind now? Damn. Why? How the fuck? Did he? Why did he? Businessman. Not trying to fuck up. Wants to be a law-abiding citizen. Doesn't want to commit no more crimes. Doesn't want to get in trouble. Pooh Shiesty. Like, all this comes into mind, but in retrospective and speaking directly and respectfully, this man dug a whole grave on himself. He basically just told the whole world, hey, you can go from a street hood nigga, G-coded, to a straight snitch rat nigga when it comes time for you to be a businessman and not pursue things in the negative way or in the street way or in a violent or physical way. You can just take care of it by what? Going to the police, letting them know everything, showing them everything, which Pooh Shiesty and his peoples did do that. You know, that right there was a lost situation right there. But this is the man that at one point in time, they saw him as a G, they saw him as a hood nigga, you know what I'm saying? They saw him as a stand-up gangster. Well, there was a lot of people that they had beef with Gucci as well too and didn't see him in that way, you know what I'm saying? But for most, you know what I'm saying, he was a stand-up dude. He took care of business and excuse me, smoking that good, but in related to what he is being looked at as now, it's a whole total different story. It's a whole total different subject. It's a whole different matter, facts. I mean, it's just a whole total different analogy when you put it in perspective. And he has turned out to be now what Young Thug turned out to be, and what like many others turned out to be, just like OTM, you know what I'm saying, Lil Durk, supposed homeboy, supposed hit or whatever the fuck. That boy squealing like no tomorrow. Hey, you never know. Tell him 25, next thing you know, they sit down with you and they squeal everything they motherfucking know. But this is a different story. This is a man that knew that he was doing wrong, knew that maybe one day he would get chastised or get checked or, you know what, get robbed, but keep pushing or keep it moving. Like Pooh Shiesty said himself in his own words, kept it moving. That maybe it altercated and it got to this point to where it is at now, to where nobody is looking at Gucci Mane as that street cred dude that he once portrayed, once, you know, was on the scene, acting like this is who he will always be. But I guess turning into an entrepreneur, you can't conduct yourself in a manner where, you know what I'm saying, you want to be hood, you want to be gangster, you want to be that hood nigga to represent for the streets, and then on top of that, have a business, having an entrepreneurship with other businessmen, and that's not going to look good in the resume in the elite world that we have today. So what happens? He decides to cooperate. He decides to sit down. He decides to go ahead and let it all out. You know, once again, Pooh Shiesty and his team, they never should have put that shit on video. They never should have put it on the internet. That is their fault. That is some dumbass shit. But Crash Dummy just told us, listen, I'm not on that shit no more. I'm not doing none of that shit no more. Y'all some crash ass dummies. You fucked up, you know, your life, and I'm still gonna get paid while you sit there waiting for trial, waiting for your motherfucking long prison sentence, whatever it is that the government is planning on giving you, and I'm still gonna make millions off of you. But the street don't respect you no more. The streets look at you not as a stranger, as somebody that they validated for. They even seen as, hey, that's my nigga right there. That's my dog. Now they looking at you funny as fuck, saying, bruh, that nigga quick to point the finger. So how many other niggas he probably point the finger at, you know what I'm saying? But for what we know, this is like the first time ever that Gucci Mane goes out of his way to go ahead and just let it be known. I am news mattered right now, if that's the way you want to put it. I am news mattered right now. Right now I am important. I am speaking. I am letting the whole world know. Fuck Pooh Shiesty. He motherfucking robbed me and he put it all out there. But I'm just gonna go ahead and just say you did this to yourself, motherfucker. Which in reality, $25 million, think about it. What you'll do? 3 years, 25 mil, never looked out for a nigga, you know what I'm saying? So now, at one point when Gucci was fighting for his life, when he went to trial and he got off, you know what I'm saying, supposed to be him and the Young Jeezy beef or whatever, you know what I'm saying, he thought he was on top of the world. Once he won that shit, he felt like he can't be touched. This is more not touched. This is more like humiliation. This is more like a ritual humiliation, more like a, you know what, I'ma just degrade myself, embarrass myself, and spit in my own face type of, you know, adversity, because now I can't represent like I used to. Now I gotta, you know, wear suits and meet with other businessmen, with other entrepreneurs, and, you know, I gotta know how to conduct myself. You know, I gotta be, you know, one of these businessmen, and I can't do that by being all this gangster, all this killer in the streets. And at the ending of the day, they're not gonna sit down and work with me. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'll be trick-or-treating for my whole career. So what did he decide to do? He decided to just go ahead and just, hey, I'm putting it all out there. You can call me a rat if you want to. It is what it is. You did this to yourself, and I'm gonna make money off your ass, Mr. Pooh Shiesty. Ha 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 ha. But the streets is looking at him differently. People are looking at him like, hold on, bro. All that shit you said, all that fuck ass shit you were talking about. Now all of a sudden, you're this dude that wants to play the victim, wants to play the sorrow, wants to play the humidity game. No, man, you did this to yourself. Nah, bro, you took $25 million for this, man. What the fuck you talking about, bro? Everybody talking about, Pooh Shiesty stupid, he's ridiculous, he a fuck nigga, blah, 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 man. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Somebody take $25 million for you. Why are you sitting there doing 3 years, making money off your music, ain't looking out for you punk motherfucker? You best believe I'm gonna go check your pussy ass. I don't give a fuck what they talking about. And this is Gucci Mane right now, man, with the rats, man. He's dreaming about the rats and everything, bro. He is rat-central. He is rat-central in every level and aspect you can think of, just like a lot of these motherfuckers out here in this game, in this fucking elite so-called world, celebrities and rap, you know, icon wannabes and legends and shit like that at this era, at this age. This is just what this shit is, bro. It's like snitching and lying have taken over realness, have taken over what the fuck it is. You know what? Your pussy ass should have just shut the fuck up, don't say nothing, bro. But all that it just shows the type of character you always had against Pooh Shiesty. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted to fuck this man, you wanted to try this man, and you did. And now that it came back to haunt you on your ass, now you want to play sorry. Now you want to play the victim. Now, I'm gonna go ahead, since you want to do that, I'm gonna come out 17, you know, put one in the album, and I'm gonna make money of you, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Gucci Mane knew what the fuck he knew you were doing. At some point, he had to know that Pooh Shiesty was gonna come check him, bro. He had to know. Come on, look at Pooh Shiesty's reputation, bro. It speaks for itself. But it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? This is what the rats look like. This is what, you know, the Rick Sauces and the Gucci Mane's rats and the Young Thug rats personas. This is what they look like. This is their perspective. This is their, you know, ideology in every level. When you study these motherfuckers, this is what they do. They broke. They broke and they spoke and they gave their mind and said how they feel. You can give my number. If it is there anything that you need to know, just holler at me and I will tell you whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because blah, 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 blah. All that shit, man. You can't be a hood nigga, then chill with the po-po, ride with the po-po. You don't want to talk to the po-po, have a conversation and a debate and a matter of fucking exchange words with no po-po. What kind of shit that is, bruh? But it's just what it is in this world, man. Everybody's becoming the 6ix9ines and the wicked whack 100s and everybody else out there that just be snitching like a motherfucker. And Gucci Mane ain't far away, bro. That's it. He lost that credibility, bro. He lost that respect. He lost the morals. It is what it is. If this was the 80s, Gucci Mane would not be with us today. I'm sorry to say so. It is what it is. If it was the 80s, Gucci Mane would not be with us today. That's why I say the discipline from the 80s to today is totally fucking different. It would have been brains all over, scattered all over wherever the fuck they were at. It did not matter. The 80s routines and the 80s patterns were very totally different of what it is of today. And snitching has taken a stride. Like, it became an honor to fucking snitch. It became, a privilege now. Like, what the fuck? Like, you can't say more. Like, need I say more? Lying and snitching now is so fucking not overdue, not overpassed. It is celebrated. It is congratulated. It is accepted. It is honorable. It is congregated to fucking be a snitch, a rat, and fucking lie. It tops more than the truth itself, even when the truth is the truth, but at the same time, it could be a fucking lie on top of that, whatever the case may be. But this is what Gucci Mane decided to do for himself. He wanted to play somebody for a long time in life, saw the business aspect and part of the perception in the game and how everything is put in order, played his position. And next thing you know what I'm saying? Once he wore that suit, that was it. It was a done deal. This professional new Gucci Mane as a business person has to bribe more of the ones that I have to bribe for them to be happy and for me to also be independently and be able to have, their masters, their publishing, their catalogs, basically just own them, and if you sign a 360 deal, that's it. That shit's going down the drain in a quick minute, and that's exactly what happens to a lot of artists. They get caught up with these fucking contract deals that are absurd, disgusting. It's like getting a loan before you even pay off the loan that they gave you, and they got a percentage and a fucking, like a rate to it. Okay, if we give you this money, we need you to go ahead and give us that and a percentage of extra. It's like a fee type bullshit. And if you don't make it, then you literally got to give them all the albums out of your contract. Rather if it's 3, 4, 5, whatever albums. And if you don't complete that payment, you fucked. But Pooh Shiesty was making fucking millions of dollars while he was in the feds. His albums were pushes, his singles, his music, his videos. You know what I'm saying? Let's not talk about Spotify and all that other bullshit that comes along with it. $25 million. I'll be motherfucking damn. What? You got me fucked up. Oh, ain't no way. I would have done it in a different way. But I won't. At 20, 22 mil at something. You got to give me something back. That's my hard-earned work. But when you sign these contracts, there's nothing you can do about it. You literally had to sit there until your deal and your contract is over with whoever you signed your contract with, rather it's a record label or rather it's an independent that signed up to another record label that owns your masters, your publishing, and all that other good stuff. And let me tell you something. Most producers, executive producers, when they own independently, but they own their artists' publishing, blah, 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 it'll come to a point that they will sell their publishings, their masters, and everything. Look at Lil Wayne. He sold his for $100 million. That shit right now probably could have been worth like $900 million. Eminem still hold his. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they sold Tupac's masters, but I know with Biggie, I think it was like, what, 200 million, 300 million for his masters catalog and everything put together. And now we're in an era that when it comes to a rapper and expressing himself, and especially when he lives that life, not only does he live it, but he also plays a big part, a big role, and there's evidence and proof in today's world. It's more like, you know what, fuck that. I'm finna shoot first and then ask questions later, but in a more decisive way than, you know, welcome in today's world. You know, the 80s was more, you know, the disciplinary and just the way it was different. You know, it was more dangerous. It sure was. You know what I mean? That's why I miss from back in the days. You know, especially the 80s, early 90s. Those were the good old days, you know. And if you wasn't a part of that life, I suggested whoever wasn't born at that time to be glad they was born later on in life, because the 80s and early 90s was ruthless. It wasn't nothing to be fucked up with. The 80s was the greatest era to ever, that we ever had in this planet. The 80s. So, you know, when I see what street and entrepreneurship can do to you, for you to even perceive that just because you decided to go to a suit, that remember where you came from, remember where you started from, remember what led you to where you at today. Don't forget, once you put on a suit, you gotta forget where you came from. Yeah, you gotta have that business mentality, that aspect, not perception, but aspect, and responsibility, and also leadership and entrepreneurship to be able to conduct yourself in a professional way. But at the same fucking time too, don't forget that that's the same environment, the same arrow, the same lean that you also came up from. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't give you the rights to take away from your artists like you they slave masters and shit. You understand? Like, fuck it, I'ma just take his life, sign a 360 deal. You know what I'm saying? Because I just want everything. I want your publishing. I want your masters. I want everything. I want to own everything. You know what I mean? I don't want you to have nothing to owe. So if I got to go in and break such and such down just to have that, and knowing that he is 3 times or 5 times making and accelerating the money rate to the level where Pooh Shiesty 25, 30 mil, maybe more. You know what I'm saying? Let's not go to sleep on Pooh Shiesty. This motherfucker pulls in numbers, bro. Let's just call it for what it is. This man went to fair prison for 3 years, came back, had a second chance, and now he back in the cage, but his music is still the shit. So, when it comes to remembering where you came from, Gucci Mane, to remembering the brother, because if it would have been differently and the tables were turned, I guarantee you would have done the same thing what Pooh Shiesty did to you. 100% guaranteed. If Pooh Shiesty was the one that took $25 million from you, and you was locked up for them 3 years in the Fed penitentiary, and he look out, you would have fucking done the same thing. Where is my money? I put in a lot of work in this shit, my nigga. This all I'm getting. Oh, hell no. Shit, somebody gonna speak to me. Somebody gonna get me out this record deal, or let me get some portion of the millions that you took from me, motherfucker. It is what it is, man. And Gucci Mane knew. Come on, to be able to be an entrepreneur, you gotta know numbers, contracts, deals, who plays a major role, who is the one that's willing to spend more money. It's like a loan type shit, and who's willing to put in more and give you more. And see, even if your contract is even worth amounting up instead of decreasing, they fucking increase it. Whatever numbers you decide to do, if you set a fucking deal with them and they make triple or quadruple of that fucking contract, you can't do nothing about it because they already paid you your portion. They already paid you your fucking portion of it. Gucci Mane knew what the fuck he was doing. To be able to be an entrepreneur in the business in music, you gotta know numbers, you gotta know shit. You gotta put things together, you gotta write contracts, names, who's involved, companies, corporates. Come on, man. Stop the bullshit. Gucci Mane knew what he was doing, and it came back to backfire on him. But you see, it ended quickly. It ended quickly because somebody just did what they did and kept it moving, kept it pushing. But to Gucci Mane, that's like a disrespect. Like, crash dummy. You did this to yourself. It's all over. Your life will be taken over. First of all, nobody was killed. Nobody was murdered. A lot of dumb shit was committed and put on fucking the internet. But nobody was killed. So maybe there's a third chance or open door that can save Pooh Shiesty in any way. Yes, indeed. No bullshit. Don't cap. I hope, man, that he can get out from this shit. I really do. But besides that, that's all I have. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to go to get it here and just let the world know this is how really Gucci Mane feels right now. Look at these pictures. Look at these thumbnails. This is how he really feels right now. He might want to play ghost, in front of everybody's eyes, but he can't fool me. I already know what he thinking. And the reason why is because once you are tired of telling you a rat, you a motherfucking rat. It is what the fuck it is. It is what it is, man. Just call it for what it is and let it go, and just go ahead and do your music and just let it go, bro. This is Gucci Mane every night laughing with money in his pockets. Still abusing his authority to go ahead and live off of another rapper's royalty and success and hardcore sweat for, his music. And at the same time have to sleep with the fact that he knows that he will forever be seen as a rat, as a tattletailer. Even worse, who knows? Some things they look like they make sense, but they're just some other things that are meant to be broken and re-evaluated and checked and reviewed and see what patterns that we miss, what type of, fuckery happened within that time that made that person spark this way and even activate themselves to this level where it's disgusting. Don't be what you're not. That's all it is. If you square, stay square. You're a real nigga. You a real nigga. You a clown. You a clown. Like, don't change your perspective or narrative, bruh. Just because you went from, hood gangster, G code, to entrepreneur and owning rappers, publishers, and catalogs and all that other shit. And to just go ahead and play them like record labels did, Michael Jackson or Prince and several others, and many, many others like TLC with Clyde Davis and them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just disappointed in the fact that somebody gets to get your life, basically, and play around with it and just evaluate your life like it was their shit and you have no importance to it. And once you sign that contract, that minimizes you even more. You can't do a lot of things that you would love to get away with. You see, most rappers feel 85 to 93% of what they do should be given to them. But if it is elsewhere, then you can forget about it. You know what I mean? So I don't wanna hear this shit about how much this changes hip-hop, or this changes the narrative of how people are looked at, or rappers are being looked at because of what they say, the life that they say that they're living. But then again, the dresses and the red dresses and the tuxedo suit starts coming out, and now it's more about saving my empire and fuck a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Just fuck the ghetto. I'm an entrepreneur. I can't act like that no more, but I'm gonna go ahead like that same entrepreneur that I wanted to be like. I'm gonna go ahead and hang my own brother and play with his money and take all his shit and smile on his face, give him a couple $100,000 or whatever. Here you go, little buddy. Know what I'm talking about? Here's a chain, here's a car. Nah, bitch. I want money where I can invest in lands and shit like that, islands and shit like that. Like, I want to build businesses. Like, that's who Gucci Mane is now. Now I gotta go ahead and play this, this character, this entrepreneur. I'm a businessman. I'm not a rapper no more. Yeah, I rap, I get on my rhymes, and I make an album or two every now and then. Cause remember, Gucci Mane used to come out with albums back to back to back to back to back. Gucci Mane was a fucking machine when he first came out, rapping in the early 2000s and shit. So, I don't know, man. That's all I got. It is what it is, man. Gucci Mane done did this to himself. You know what I mean? And for whoever disagrees with me, that's y'all motherfucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Y'all go ahead and seek God. Because there ain't no way that $25 million and me doing 3 years in the pen and I ain't finna come check you when I get out is a problem. But it is what it is, man. There's your boy Chico Black. Y'all let me know what it is and we'll go from there. God bless y'all. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.